Hello everyone, I'm Anil once again back on behalf of E.Academy and I'm going to start here new chapter that is called linear programming. So I welcome you once again in my class. So before I go for the problem, you have to understand what is linear programming problem. So linear programming problem refers to several related mathematical technique that is used to allocate limited resources among competing demand. That means in linear programming problems, our resources are limited, and but in that limited resources, we have to optimize our profit. That is called objective function. That is called objective function. So in banking sector and finance sector, our objective function becomes the profit. Or any for a factory, manufacturing factories, there then objective function is to maximum profit. So that means linear programming can be used like in what way that this can be used. That means our resources and some constraints are here. That means bank may stipulate certain working capital requirement because in banking sector the availability of the capital is limited. So on that limited capital we have to maximize our profit. And one more constraint may be there, market may not absorb the whole output. Whatever production is there that is not being taken for sale in the market, or market is not taking whole available your output. Capacity requirement, capacity constraints means a machine may be working for 8 hours, 10 hours. After that, some repairing is required. And labor availability, labor may work 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, whatever is there. So out of these available resources, so this is called constraints. That means whatever limitations are there, they are called constraints. So we are going to formulate our constraints and objective function in terms of mathematical technique. And here we are going to use mathematical technique that is called converting to everything in the form of line. That is why it is called linear programming. So I'll take one example here. So before I take one example, I'll just tell you there are two methods. So in our syllabus of this CIB, there are basically two methods. The first method is called graphical method and second method is called simplex method. So we are going to see both the methods here. So in graphical method, we are going to plot a graph on the graph sheet. But for our purpose, we'll not take the graph sheet, we'll take as a rough sheet and we'll try to draw the graph. So here the question, first question here. Let a firm produces radio and TV sets. That means firm is maybe electronic company may be there, so it is producing radio and TV sets. Each radio cost 500 in wages and 500 material. Each TV set costs 2,500 wages. In wages means labor may be working for that, and rupees 1,500 in material. And both are paying in cash. So these are our limitations. Okay, we'll see the prices of radio. The prices of radio are 2,000 and TV is costing 6,000 rupees. The firm has 10 hours of machine hours and 4 hours assembly time per day. Now our constraints has started here. Production of radio requires 3 hours of machine and 1 hour of assembly time. And production of TV requires 1 hour of machine and 1 hour of assembly. So now we are going to formulate this problem in the form of a line. We'll see here. So before that, we can take, let, what is our objective function? Firm has, okay, this they have given the 12,000 rupees for paying labor and material. So our objective is here to get the maximum profit. Okay, now we'll start. So before we start, let's say we'll assume that let X number of radio and Y number of TV sets are produced. Now we'll take one by one constants. First we'll take machine hours. So we have 10 hours machine. Here you can see here 10 hours machine. That machine can work up to maximum of 10 hours. Okay, so I have taken X as radio, number of radios are produced as X, and this is the radio, and TV as a Y. But production of radio requires 3 hours of machine, and production of TV requires 1 hour of machine. So that means one radio requires 3 hours. So X radio, how many hours are required? Means 3 into X. Very simple mathematics. I'll repeat once here. One radio requires 3 hours, so X radio requires 3 into X hours. Similarly, for the television, one TV requires 1 hour of machine, so Y television 1 into Y. So how many total hours are there? 3X plus 3Y. You can see here, I have just written here. Yeah, 3X plus 3Y. So these many hours are required. But machine can work up to 10 hours. So that means this may be equal to 10 or less than 10. I think it's very clear. Similarly, for the assembly hours, just see here, same problem, exactly same problem. Assembly hours, you can see here. Where is the assembly hours? Yeah, second one. Here is the assembly hours. So, radio require 1 hour of assembly time, and TV also require 1 hour assembly. So now take X is X into 1 and Y into 1. That means for X radio set, how many hours will be required for assembly? So X into 1. Similarly, for the television, how many hours are required total? So 1 into Y. But total how many hours are available? See the question here. 4 hours are available with the assembly time. That means this plus this will be either equal to 4 or it will be less than 4. You cannot take more than 4 hours because your limitations are there. You cannot say. So now you can see the problem I've written here. X plus Y less or equal to 4. Now talking about the finance. You can see how much money is available. See the starting we have just given here rupees 12,000. Okay, this is the finance. Okay, now see here. Okay, radio they have given. See 500 in wages and 500 in material. Okay, TV 2,500 wages, and so how much expenditure is there in cash for radio? It is 1,000 rupees. How much expenditure in TV in the form of cash? It is 4,000 rupees. And we are paying in cash, and our cash availability is 12,000 rupees. That means for one radio we are paying 1,000 rupees. So for X radio, 1,000 to X. Similarly, for the television, for one television we are paying 4,000 rupees. So Y television, 4,000 Y. But our cash is limited. So that means we have to add 1,000 X plus 4,000 Y equal to 12,000. But it will not exceed. It will be maybe equal or maybe less than also. So now see the problem here. We have formulated the problem here. 1,000 X plus 4,000 Y less or equal to 12,000. Now this is the equation, so we can divide because 0, 0 are there, so we can remove the 0. You can divide by 1000. So we are getting simple equation here, x plus 4y less or equal to 12. Okay. Now objective function means what is our profit. So now see what profit we are getting. We are getting profit here. Okay. Cost, yeah, selling price is given 1000 rupees. I just write here. Yeah, price is given here. See, selling price 2000 rupees for radio and 6000 rupees for the television. So that means for X 2000 into X and for Y TV 6000 Y. So this is the profit for us. Now we'll convert into equation form. This is, so this would be minor correction here 2000 and 6000. Okay, so 2000 and 6000. So I write it 2000 and 6000 is the, so this is called objective function. Keep in mind, question is asked what is the objective function and write the objective function. So we have to keep in mind, and this is maximum because our main purpose is to get the maximum. In some problem it may be minimum also. If it is loss is there, the loss may be minimized. So objective function may be maximum or minimum. And all these equations which we have derived from the constants means limitations are called constants. That's why I written here. So how many constants are here? Number 1, number 2 and number 3. 3 are constants and one objective function is always 1. So objective function maximum z as per this problem, because we are going to maximize our profit, 2000x plus 6000y. Now we are going to solve here. So for this purpose we have to convert all this constant in the form of lines. So we'll remove the our less signs, that means 3x plus y equal to 10. Okay, and second will be x plus y equal to 4, and third will be equal to x plus 4y equal to 12. Okay, and your constant objective function will remain as it is 2 and 6. So you have to plot these lines on the graph line. I'll just tell you what is the shortest method how to plot these lines. Okay, first I will take 3x plus y. 3x plus y. How to plot this? I will just draw one line. How to plot this line. And one more thing you have to keep in mind, your solution will be always in the first quadrant because production of x and y will be positive. So that means other two quadrants are not required. So take only positive quadrants. So whole graph sheet is not required. Take only positive quadrants. So first line is 3x plus y equal to 10. 3x plus y equal to 10. I'll just tell you how to draw. Okay. 3x plus y equal to 10. You divide by 10 whole equation. What? So 3x by 10 and y by 10 equal to 1. So that means this equation can be changed into 10 by 3 and y by 10 equal to 1. That means these are the intercept on the x-axis and y-axis. X by 10 by 3, 10 by 3 will be on the x-axis and 10 will be on the y-axis. So 10 by 3 is approximate 3.3. So I'll just take here. This is our x, this is our y. So if it is, I'll just sort, take 1, 2, 3, just approximate value. Na? And here you take 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this will be your line. This will be your line. Okay. 3x plus y equal to 10. First line is over. So these are, keep in mind, these are 3x plus y equal to 10, because we will find out the answer. then x plus y equal to 4. Okay, it is very easy. X plus y equal to 4. Now divide by 4 so that the right hand side you get 1. So x by 4 plus y by 4 equal to 1. So intercept of 4 and 4. So where will be 4? This was 3.3. So 4 will be somewhere here. And here also 4. 4, draw the line. Join this and just cut. Okay. So this is the second line. Now take the third line. I'll just show you. Third line is, what is the equation? Just see. Equation is x plus 4y equal to 12. Okay. X plus 4y equal to 12. So divide by 12. X by 12 plus 4y by 12 equal to 1. 4 you can bring down. So x by 12 plus y by 3 equal to 1. Now that means this is cutting intercept 12 on the x-axis. So 12 will go somewhere now. It was 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And intercept it is on 3. So this line will be somewhere 3. Like this. It will go like this. Okay, like this. This is the line. Okay, now see the equations once again here. So all our equations are showing less than. All constants are showing less than. So that means whatever, now we are going to find out what is the feasible reason. Feasible, F-E-A-S-I-B-L-E-R-E-G-I-O-N. That means what is the feasible region of the solution. So all equations are telling less than. So that means value will be less than. So this is our feasible region. This is our feasible region where the solution. So means point of intersection. I'll just give you where the solution is there. This is the point of intersection. 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 We cannot take above this now because here we cannot take. So these 4 points are here where the solution is lying. Keep in mind. Okay. And at these 4 points, you just solve one by one lines and you have to check where you are getting the maximum profit. Okay. If you see this point, I'll just take one example here. This was the. So I have shown here where your solution is lying. Your solution may be at A point, at B point, at C point, at D point. 4 points are here where your solution may lie. Now A point, what is the these coordinates of A? So coordinates of A will be this 3x plus y plus 10. 3x plus y 10, where the y is 0 will go 10 by 3. 10 by 3, 10 by 3 comma 0. 10 by 3 comma 0. But keep in mind the point charge which are on the x-axis and y-axis normally will not give you the solution because at the companies producing TV set and radio set, so it's not possible the TV set is not produced at all. But sometimes solution may come also. Now see the what is the B point and see the C point. So we'll discuss here B point. Which term is giving the more profit? So we'll take B point. We solve the B point. So B point is the point of intersection of 3x plus y equal to 10 and x plus y equal to 4. We'll check there. Okay. So you have to solve these two equations. 3x plus y equal to 10 and x plus y equal to 4. So I'll just solve here both the lines. Shortcut. Straight way. I'll just tell you how to solve them. So I'll write both them. X3x plus y equal to 10 and x plus y equal to 4. Now subtract. So minus minus minus. Y got cancelled if you subtract. So we got 2x equal to 6. Means x equal to 3. So x equal to 3 you put here, y equal to 1. Means x equal to 1 you put in this equation, second equation. So we got, so that means B point we are getting 3 comma 1. That means this B is giving you the radio set 3 and television 1. So I'll write here 3 1. Okay, 3 1. Now check C point. C point is the point of intersection of I'll make some space here. Yeah, x plus x plus 4y equal to 12, and second line is x plus y equal to x plus y equal to 4. Solve them. So now subtract once again here, x minus y minus, so you'll get x will cancel, 3y equal to 12 minus 4, 8. So how much y we are getting? Y we are getting 8 by 3. And now find out the value of x. So x you will get, put the value of y in the first second equation, x plus 8 by 3 equal to 4. Putting in this first second equation. So x equal to 4 minus 8 by 3. So we'll get 4 by 3. Now check. So here 2 points B and C, 3, 1, 8 by 3 and 4 by 3. We check the which is giving the more profit. Now see the objective function, we'll check one by one. Objective function is 2000x and 6000y. Okay. Objective function is 2000x, z is equal to 2000x plus 6000y. Now put the value. In the first, how much we got? For B point, we got 3 and 1. So put 3 here. If you put x equal to 3, we got 6000 here. We'll get 6000 here. X equal to 3 and here 6000. So we will get 2000 as a, 12,000 as a profit. Okay. So this is our first objective function. Now check the second one, 8 by 3, 4 by 3. 8 by 3, 4 by 3. So z is same here, 2000x plus 6000y. Check once again what is the value we got. 4 by 3, 8 by 3. Okay. So 4 into 4, 2000 into 4 means 8000 by 3 and 8 by 3. So 6000 into 8, 24 by 3. So 24,000 by 3. You add them, we got 32,000 by 3. You divide this, so we are getting somewhere approximate, approximate 10,000. Approximate 10,000. 2,000 will also come. So approximate 10,000 nearby. So that means which solution is maximum? So this is the maximum profit. So what is your answer? Means 12,000 is the maximum profit. So what is your answer? Means our answer is x equal to how many? X equal to 3 and y equal to 1. That means company should produce 3 sets of radio and 1 set of television. Okay. So this is the method we can solve the graphical solution. Okay. Now next method is simplex method, where we solve by mathematical technique. So here question is given here. A company manufactures cricket bat and chess sets. Each cricket bat gives a profit of rupees 2 and chess gives profit of 4. So this is our objective function, you must be knowing. Okay. Now what is the constants here? Workshop 1. Okay. It can give 4 hours to bat and 6 hours to chess, and works up to 2 hours and 6 hours, and works up 3, 0 hours and 1 hour. And they are available for, means total availability is there. So they are available sorry, I got disconnected because I was recording this video remotely. Okay, so we'll continue. Our network is established. So that means workshop 1 is working for 4 hours for cricket and 6 hours for chess. But total availability hours is 120. है ना. Similarly, works of 2 hours for bat and 6 hours for chess. Total available hours is 72. And works of third, 0 hours for means not working for bat at all, and chess 1 hour. So we'll form the, okay, let the number of cricket, bat and chess, है ना, are produced, like we can see B and C, है ना. Number of bats are B and number of chess are C. That means this is quantity, है ना. B for bat, number of bats, and C is the chess. So these are the numbers. Okay. Now make the equation first. So you can see very well, first equation 4B plus 6C, है ना, because works of 1 is working 4 hours for cricket. So total hours for cricket is 4 into B. Here 6 into C. So 4B plus 6C, but it should not exceed 120 hours. Okay. So you can see the equation I have written here at the bottom. Yeah, 4B plus 6C less or equal to 1. Similarly, for the works of 2, 2B, 2B and 6C less or equal to 72. You can see here 2B plus 6C less or equal to 72. Okay, second one. Now third one, because this third one is not working for cricket at all, so only C less than 10, so less or equal to 10. Now C less or equal to 10. So this is the third. Okay, keep in mind B and C are always non-negative, means B will be either greater than equal to 0 and C also greater equal to 0. So there must be either positive or 0. Okay, so in your problem 0 will not be there, but don't worry. So but as per, yes, R plus formulation, the B and C are always non-negative. Keep in mind for the knowledge sake. Okay, now what is your objective function? So objective function is our the profit. Okay, now see the profit, how much profit is being produced. So a bat is giving you 2 rupees and chess is giving you 4 rupees. So 2B plus 4C is the profit. So I have written here objective function. Yeah, here 2B plus 4C. Now, how to start the simplex method? This is the very question. So we will change these constants first into equality, not simple equality. We will add something, and whatever added, that is called slack variable. Whatever is added is called slack variable. Okay, slack variable. See, I have just put here 4B plus 6C plus M. That means I have converted first equation to equality. So I have added here M. Second, 2B plus 6C into N equal, because they were less or equal to now, so I have added something here left hand side so that they become equal. Similarly, C plus 1P equal to 10. Those C, M and P are called, keep in mind, slack variable. Okay, slack variable. Hey, you have to understand each point here. And all are non-negative, means B and C are less or equal to 0. Not the same, greater equal to 0. M and P also greater equal to 0. That means they are non-negative, always non-negative. All these are non-negative, all non-negative. So these points you have to keep in mind. Okay. Now, because I have introduced here slack variable in the constant, so slack variable will come to the objective function also. See, 2B plus 4C. Now contribution is not there, so I put here 0, 0, because they are not doing anything. So 0M plus 0N plus 0P. So this becomes our objective function. Now how to formulate? Now we're going to start making the table. Okay, just put in the table. I have derived the table here. Okay, Z B C. That means I have converted our objective function in the form of equations. So see here I have converted. Yeah, here I have converted. See, this means I have brought everything to the left hand side. So Z minus 2B. See, we compare like this. Z minus 2BC is 2B minus 4C, minus 0M minus 0N minus 0P equal to 0. So first line of your table is this only. Okay, first line of table is like this only. See, so I've written Z, B, C, M, and P like the same from the objective function Z, B, C. We'll compare once again here. Okay, we'll compare Z, B, C here. This one, yes. Z, B, C, M, and P. Okay, so Z, B, C, M, and P. Okay, now put the value. That is what their coefficients are there. So Z is having 1, minus 2. You can see here. I just minimize this. So you can see. Yeah, Z is equal to 1, B equal to minus 2, C. You can compare from. I just draw the line so you can correlate. Okay, this is like this. So Z is equal to 1, B equal to minus 2, C equal to minus 4. Rest are 0. So this is our first row. I have written the number here. Okay. Now second, write the second here. In second, Z is 0. So 4BC, this is the second. 4B plus 6C plus 1M. See, Z is 0, 4, 6, 1. And rest are 0. And what is solution? 120. It is given here 120. In case of Z is what? 0. Okay, now write the third one. This works up to 2BC, 2, 2B, 6C. And M is not there, N is 1, and solution is 72. Third one, Z is not there, and B is also not there, C is 1, and only P is there, so solution is 10. So in this way we have written the value. And basic variable we write Z, M, and P. Keep in mind here only Z, M, and P are coming, no BC is coming here. Z, M, and P. Understood? So these are our solutions. Means we'll get solution out of this only. That means this is vertical line give you the solution. Now, so our next step is we have to replace this M and P with the help of our BC, because our BC are the solution. M and P are not solution. So in this way, in this Z line, first row, I just mark here. First row means this mark. You have to select which is most negative number. You have to select which is the most negative. See, the most negative is minus 4. Okay, so this is telling you this is the entering variable. So that means this variable is entering here. Okay. Then what you have to do, we'll divide this solution by these numbers. Okay. So 120 by 6, 72 by 6, and 10 by 1. See what we are getting here. Now 120 by 6 will get 20. 72 by 6 will get how much? 12 we are getting. And 10 by 1 you are getting the 10. So out of these values, the value which is least positive, that will leave. Means one was the entering variable, one is the leaving variable. Okay, outgoing variable. Okay, so P is the outgoing variable here. Outgoing variable, because outgoing variable here. Understood? Now we got, that means C will enter here and P will go from this side. Okay. Now see, I have drawn the table here. That means next table I'll just show you how it will look like. And we have to do simple little bit calculation also. Okay, table 2. Now see, C has come here. See, C has come here. It has gone. And now what you have to do here? Next, this intersection line must you get one value here. This is required here. You get always one value. So how we are going to? One is already here, no problem. So it will remain as it is. See, rest you have to add. That means now minus 4 will be equal to 0. That means you have to add. I'll give here row number 1, row number 1. So in row number 1, you add 4 times of row number 4 because it's -4. So you add 4 times. Okay, you add, it becomes 0. Right? So you add 4 times of whole complete. Right? So if you add 4 times here, so you will get 40 here in the right hand side. Accordingly, from the row number 2, you subtract 6 times of this row number 4. And similarly, from the third one, you subtract 6 times of this. So you will be getting value like this. Here are the values 40, 60, 12 and 20. Next, same procedure will follow. In row number 1, which variable is more negative? And after doing all exercise, so B is more negative now here. That means B will be entering variable. This will be entering, and which is outgoing, that will find out. Now divide once again here. So 40 by -2, 60 by 4, 12 by 2, and 10 by 0 we cannot divide. So it is -20, it is 15, and it is 6. So least positive, here we'll take least positive. Least positive is here, this value. This is the least positive. Okay, yes. That means now n is outgoing and entering is B. So B will come here. Okay, B will come at the third row and n will be going. Now you can see in the next table. I'll remove here. Okay, next table will look like. Now see the next table. Okay, next table I have not done because I have to write in front of you so that you can get the confidence. Okay. Now I write the values here. Now here is the entering variable is C and outgoing variable is N. So that means we replace. So you have to bring 1 here. You have to bring 1 here. That means you divide whole equation by 2. Okay, you divide this equation by 2. If you divide this, I'll just write here for this value N. Now here. So this will be 0, 1, 0, 0, 0.5, -3 and 6. Okay, this, as you can see the table here, I just got the same value here, 0 for this. 0, 1, 0, 5 point this. And rest value you have to make it 0 by either subtracting or adding. Okay, so this must be 0, this must be 0, and so you can add first and third, you will get 0, and you can subtract 2 times of row third from row second, so you get 0. So after doing this, we'll get value like this. Okay, like this we'll get the value. Now you observe first row once again. This first row, P is coming negative. So that means P will be outgoing, and you can divide here once again, which is sorry, P will be incoming because P is most negative here. P will come here. So you just divide 52 by -2, and 52 by -2 you can divide, 36 by 6 you can divide, 6 by -3 will divide, and 10 by 1 you can divide. Okay, so negative will not consider, 36 by 6, 6, and 10 by 1, 10. So least positive means M will go. This M will be outgoing here. Outgoing, and P will be entering. This is the entering variable. Okay, so now same procedure, we'll make this 1 and rest will be 1, 1. So if you do the procedure, our final table will look like this. So now final table will be like this. Now whatever solution we have got, okay, Now you have to observe your Z here properly. Z must not have any negative variable. If it is having negative variable, we have to follow the same procedure. So Z is not having any negative variable. That means this is our final answer. So what is the value of B here? You can observe from the solution last column. So last column having B is how much we are getting here? B we are getting here how much? B equal to 24. Okay. B equal to 24 we are getting here, and C how much we are getting here? C we are getting 4. So B equal to 24, B equal to 24 and C equal to 4 we are getting here. That means company should produce 24 birds and 4 chess. Now you can calculate your Z, how much profit you are getting. So Z will be 24 into 2 plus 4 into 4. So 24 into 2, 48 plus 16, you will get 64. And 64 rupees your maximum profit you'll be getting out of this if you're following this pattern. These companies should produce 24. First item is bat and C equal to 4 means cricket. Sorry, chess. So this is the way I have taken my all effort to make you understand this problem. You can see video 1 or 2 times so you can recollect. Okay, so in this way we'll finish our linear programming problem. We'll finish our class. Next class will continue very soon. Okay, thank you very much. Have a nice day. Good day.